rinse, repeat. Posted a video last week about my ultralight backpacking DIY cook kits. I wanted to give you an up-close look at them without any distractions, without the dog running around, just kind of give you a close-up tabletop. Just show you how that these have kind of evolved into what I currently use, and we'll go through each one individually. The first stove that I made was made from a metal coffee can. If you look hard enough, you can find the all metal coffee cans. The way that you know is just kind of go up and give it a squeeze, and you can feel that if the middle is made out of steel, if it's made out of cardboard. Make sure you get one that is made out of steel. This is the first one that I built out of just a dollar store coffee can, and on the inside of this is my pot with the windscreen here, and you can see it's just a coffee can that's been painted black with grill paint. It is steel, and it will rust, and that's one of the reasons why I began to kind of look for another option. I added a handle to mine out of a $1 cookie sheet. So handle, and actually this handle works perfectly. It's nice and cool. The only downside to this pot is the fact that it is steel, and that if you're not diligent about keeping the inside dry, it will rust, and so you'll have to kind of scrub it and clean it out. Now on the inside, you'll notice this is smooth, but on coffee cans, you'll notice they normally have a little lip. And all I did was take a regular can opener, not the side cutting, just a regular top cut, regular old-fashioned can opener, and went around and took that lip out, and then I took a pair of needle nose pliers and just kind of ran it along the inside, pushing that metal down there so it's smooth. There's no rough edges there. And then add to this, I have, of course, I just use a simple Fancy Feast stove. It is just a Fancy Feast can that has had holes punched in it with a paper hole puncher. It's got 2 rows of holes that works really good. Of course, I have, this is just a tin can that has some non-acidic food. I believe this was a green bean can. It doesn't have the BPA liner. It is just steel. You can see it's not got any kind of liner. A lot of the cans, like a tomato can, will have like a plastic liner. So this is be a drinking cup, so I could drink coffee out of this. That way I wouldn't have to drink out of the pot. And then I made a kind of a koozie for it. This is made out of a car visor from the local dollar store. And it cost $1. Everything was $1 in the store, so I bought this. And so that's kind of my drinking mug. And then I've made this is just a windscreen, because alcohol stoves, of course, they're really prone to the wind. So I just have a simple windscreen that just rides in the center of that. That's made out of a dollar store disposable baking dish, and so I put that in there, and I keep my alcohol stove in there, and that slides down in there, and I have a little bottle of alcohol, and then I have a lid that I've made from that same disposable cookie sheet from the dollar store. Everything's $1. I just have a little piece of paracord that is knotted, just kind of as a pickup handle, and this just sets right over the top of that. So this is the first one that I built, and I really love it. This actually, it's my favorite. If it wasn't for the rust, I'm not real good about being diligent to make sure that it dried out. I took this on a test run in our woods one night, and to test out a hammock and some other things, and I wasn't real good about wiping it out, and in just a few hours, you could see where rust had begun to form. Scrubbed it all out, but you can kind of see now, even though this has been sitting here and it's been dry for weeks, there's still rust spots. So, you know, I'm like, that's a problem. I really don't want to have to really keep, you know, worrying over rust getting in my food, or not being diligent about keeping it clean. The coffee can cook kit with everything included except the alcohol. I'll take the alcohol out. That really doesn't count as base weight. But without the alcohol, this cook kit weighs 6.4 ounces. That's pretty light. I mean, that's rivaling almost as light as a big titanium pot. So, like I said, that's very light, and it's a great cook kit. It's just the rust. The rust is the main problem with that. So I moved on and tried to find something different. What I came across is a Mainstays grease pot. This is available at Walmart. They cost $7. It is made out of aluminum. It is just simply what is used to put your grease or your oil after it's been used, and it comes with 2 lids. It's got the outer lid and an inner lid. It's really a strainer that sits on the inside, and kind of the same deal. I've got my little cup and koozie here, and then on the inside I have a windscreen that's made for this pot. And then one of the things that I started to do was to add a little vapor barrier that kind of reflect the heat from the stove. So I'll set this down and set my little stove on top of it. So there's that. So I got this, and I'm like, this is great. This will work. This will do, what I want it to do. The downside is that the weight on this without the alcohol is right at 11 ounces. And so I know what you're saying. You can kind of take one of these lids off. You can just use this lid, and you save about an ounce, or you can switch and only take the slotted, the vented lid, and that'll still save you maybe an ounce or so. So you're still talking, even with just the vented lid. Even with the vented lid, you're still looking at 9 ounces. So it's pretty heavy. And that's before you add alcohol. And, of course, this has got a nice handle, but this handle gets rocket hot. So I wrapped it with twine. Even with this twine, it still gets rocket hot. You can't hold it. You can't hold it even with the twine. It just gets too hot. So I was like, really disappointed. So I kept looking, trying to come up with something else that may work. This was just a little bit heavy. So I came across something else, and this is a cook pot that I'm using now. This is an Imusa 12 centimeter mug, I believe it's called. It's got a little handle here, and I've got this handle with twine as well. This little mug is light. I mean, it really weighs almost nothing. The cup, this little cup with the twine that you see there, it's 3.5 ounces. So, I mean, this is half the weight of this, and you can see it's really not that much smaller. This will still boil more than enough water than what I need, and it only weighs about 3.5 ounces. So, you add to that your little vapor barrier to the bottom of that, and add to that your windscreen. And here I've got a different cup here. I've actually got a GSI Bugaboo cup that's got a little silicone wristband to keep your lips from getting burnt. And of course I made another koozie for that. So I can add this in there and put that down in there. And so I've even got a small bottle of alcohol, and down in this cup, I have a little scrubby sponge and a little lighter in there. So just there. And then the only downside to this is that it does not come with a lid, and you really need a lid to kind of conserve your fuel, because without a lid, a lot of the heat escapes. So I went back to the disposable cookie sheet from the dollar store, and just kind of molded it to the bottom of the cup to where it actually fit down in. It just kind of fits. Instead of just going over, it actually fits down inside of the pot there. You can see it's kind of recessed, and it just has a good fit there. And of course I put some ventilation holes, and I have a little loop of paracord right there, just to kind of have something to pick it up with. The good thing about this whole kit, this is with the cup, this is with you know, all of the koozie with the vapor barrier, the windscreen, a little cigarette lighter, a little scrubby sponge, and the lid, and that only weighs 7.3 ounces. I mean, I can even throw the alcohol in here. You know, that's 2 ounces of alcohol, and you're still only looking at you know, about 9.2 ounces. That's really super light. I mean, that's just super light and super inexpensive. Yes, it is made out of aluminum. Yes, if you squeeze it real good, it will crush down, but it's aluminum. You can bend it back, so it's not that big of a deal. But this thing is super nice. It's really light, and it's super cheap. This is available on Amazon. Actually, let me back that up. This is available on eBay for, I believe I've seen it as cheap as like $5. I mean, they're super cheap. You can buy them on Amazon for as cheap as $8. If you're in a super hurry like me, just impatient, and you can't wait, you can get it. You can, for Prime members, you can buy it for $12, and they'll have it to you in a day and a half. I ordered mine on a Tuesday morning, and it was here Thursday. So I mean, just in no time. So this is just a super light way to go. This is my favorite one so far because it is. It is aluminum. I don't have to worry about rust. Now I know there's a lot of people that say, you know, don't cook with aluminum. I mean, you know, do your own research. Anyway, these are the 3 kits. Of course, this one, the first one made out of the coffee can, cost me really nothing. But I guess you could say it cost me $1. This one is about the pot costs, the grease pot costs $7, and then of course, you know, I just got probably another maybe a $1 worth of you know, Fancy Feast can and different things. So you know, this I've got about probably tax and all $10 or $11 in this. This is the grease. And this one, like I said, $12 for the pot. This one probably is the most expensive because I did pay $12 for this really lightweight cup. Of course, you know, so this one's probably, you know, I probably got $30 in this whole setup right here. So, you know, this is your more expensive. It doesn't have to be the expensive. You don't have to use this expensive mug. Matter of fact, if you don't drink coffee, you can take the mug out altogether. But it is really, it's my favorite because it's just so super light. The handle does get a little warm, not quite as warm as the grease pot gets, but you know, you can wrap it, and that'll help quite a bit. Guys, I hope that this video gives you ideas of how you can make your own inexpensive cook kits. You know, every hobby that you get into, there's a little bit of cost involved, but there are always ways that you can save money, and this is one of them, just building things yourself. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a blessed day.